Inhale, bring your arms up and over your head. Grab one wrist with the opposite hand. Give yourself a nice stretch from the fingertips to the toes, and then switch sides. Grab the opposite wrist to opposite hand. Take another big long stretch. Then go ahead and squeeze the right knee up into your heart. Take time to circle around your ankle on that right side. And then go ahead and switch it the other way about 3 times. And then just release that leg long. Go ahead, squeeze the left thigh up into the belly. Go ahead and circle that ankle a few times one direction. And then take it the other direction as well again. Alright, hug both knees up into the chest. Create a little squeeze. You can bring your forehead towards the knees to really round through the back. And then nice and easy, just drop your knees over to the right. Try to keep the knees in line with the hips, no lower, no higher. And you could put the right hand on the outside of that left thigh just for added weight. Go ahead and take your gaze over in the opposite direction of your knees. And then just follow a few exhales out long. Letting gravity do the work. Just you focusing on the breath. And then go ahead and take your knees back in towards the center. Squeeze them in. Nice and easy, drop them over to the other side. Look in the opposite direction of the knees. Follow your breath. Nice, long, deep, and full. Focusing a good amount of the awareness towards that exhale as you breathe out. Then go ahead and come back to center. Reach up, grab onto the outer blades of your feet with the hands in Happy Baby. Give yourself a gentle pull. It's early, don't overdo it. Let the knees go wide of the ribs. While you pull down onto the feet, simultaneously give a kick into the hands to create that counter pressure. Alright, beautiful stuff. Lower your feet down onto the bed. Walk your heels in closer towards your tush, and then go ahead and arch your hips up towards the ceiling. Taking a nice easy bridge. If you want to interlace your fingers underneath you to go a little bit deeper into the heart and shoulder opener, go ahead and do so, but don't be an overachiever, only if it feels good. Make sure you're not rocking your knees out wide. Keep them hugged in just over the heels, so you're not creating any compression in the lower back. Take one more breath here. And then release your hands, release your tailbone to the bed. Go ahead and rock over to one side and gently melt your way up to a seat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open up wide. You might leave your heels a little further from the groin. And let yourself melt over the legs. This is not going for the gold, just letting gravity work its magic into your spine. If it feels right for you, you can tuck the chin towards the chest to stretch through the upper spine, or even keep the back of the neck long and let the head melt down towards the feet. Focus on your breath out. And then come up slowly. Put your hands behind you so you can scoot yourself to the edge of the bed, letting that right knee dangle off, the lower leg dangle off. Bring the left sole of the foot onto your inner right thigh, and then melt yourself over that front leg, allowing the forehead to bow in towards the knee. Focus on getting heavy on that leg, although breathe your belly away from the leg, and that could get you a little bit deeper into this forward fold. Come on up nice and slow. Switching sides, bring the right foot back up onto the bed, to the inner thigh of that left leg that you allow to dangle right at the knee, hanging off the edge of the bed. Bow yourself in. And then follow these exhales out, allowing yourself to deepen into the forward fold by pulling your abdominals into the spine, creating that space at the hip crease. And then come up nice and slow, back yourself up. Allow just the heel of the right leg to hang off the bed, bring the left sole of the foot onto the inner thigh, and one more time hanging over that front leg, bowing the head in towards the knee. Having the heel hang off the bed keeps the stretch from being too intense in the hamstring. But if it feels good, you could pull your toes back towards your kneecap, kicking the heel to the wall, to the side wall. And then allow yourself to roll up, switching sides. Left heel dangles off the edge of the bed, right sole of the foot onto the inner thigh. Bow your head in, breathing out long. Again, if it feels right, leave a micro bend in that left knee. But if you're craving a little bit more, you can always start to work the heel towards the side wall as you pull the toes back towards your thigh. And then roll up. Scoot yourself to the edge of the bed, allowing both knees to hang over. And then if your feet don't touch the ground, you might interlace your fingers kind of back behind the hips to make sure that you don't fall off your bed. And then just let the chest melt down towards the kneecaps. If you're not going to fall, you could drop your chin in towards the chest. And once again, allow that stretch to ripple through the upper spine. Then bring your hands to the edge of the bed. Allow your feet to slide down to the ground, parallel, and about hips width apart on the heels. Feel free to bend the knees very deeply as you melt the top of your head down towards the ground. Take a breath in. With your exhale, you could explore straightening through the legs a little bit, rocking some of the weight into the toes, not to lift the heels, but just to make sure you're not rocking completely back. And then tenting your right fingers right underneath your face, take a slow lift of the left hand up to the sky. Both knees can bend, otherwise you can start to straighten a little bit through that left leg. And follow an exhale out nice, long, and full to allow for a twist. Then lowering that left hand down, replacing the right. Take your right hand to the sky and just take the twist to the other side. You might start with bent knees. And if it feels right to you, you could straighten through that right leg a little bit. And then lowering both hands down to the ground. Interlace your fingers in front of your face. Press your palms down towards the earth. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Try to spin the elbows slightly out, allowing space in the shoulders. You can see if you can pull the shoulder blades slightly down the back. Bow the head in. And then release the hands, roll up to stand. When you get to the top, shrug your shoulders, roll them back about 5 times as you breathe. And then when you've hit number 5, roll them forward about 5 times. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest, palms pressed, bow the head in a moment of gratitude for this day. Namaste.